Check, 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 check. Audio, audio check. Yes, yes, yes. All right, camera should be good. Audio's good. I'm green to go. Okay, check, 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 check. Everything good on this end? It sounds good. All right, everything is good. Should be good, yeah. Just on again, 13. Cruz, McFix, Hernandez. Saber Sanchez. Bailey Garcia. Garcia 7. Daphne Yoda. And 12 is Braylon Hernandez. Is 9 works. Pasha. All right, let's see. Head coach, and then let's do these. 13, Kaiwa. Kaiwa is 4, yeah. 8, Marissa Young.
Welcome to Veterans Memorial Complex for day 2 of the Black and Gold Slugfest. We have a Lee County battle here with your Lady Lovington Wildcats and your Hobbs Lady Eagles. Introducing the Lovington Lady Wildcats. Number 1, Pasha Gonzalez. Number 8,
And welcome to your Hobbs Lady Eagles softball from the Black Gold Slugfest here on the main field, the varsity field. And this game, Hobbs versus Lovington, is just now underway. First pitch in was a strike, and there's a hit by Quiroga leading off for Lovington. It goes to the shortstop, Candy Harrison. Has to move over to almost second base for a hot grounder. Field that, throw that over to Garcia at first for 1 out. So Quiroga, being pretty efficient, hits the second ball she sees, and it's a ground out 6-3 for out 1. That brings up number 4, Honey Morales, who plays second base for Lovington, and she is the second batter in the lineup. 1 out, no on, and that's going to call strike 1, and they just caught the corner. Nice speed. That is a Chaverla on the mound for Hobbs, and Martinez behind the plate. We'll set the rest of the field here as we can. It was a very quick turnaround and setup from the previous game. This pitch in, swing and a miss. Chaverla bringing some heat, and Honey Morales swinging just under that, maybe just a tad late. So quickly 0-2 is the count on Morales with 1 out, nobody on. Second batter up. And that is going to be a call strike out for out number 2. Chaverla hitting the corner, taking a little speed off of that, offering up just a softer one, but keeping it over the plate. So some nice pitching so far, and that's the first strikeout. And that brings up number 17, Zabri Rodriguez, playing center field for Lovington. First pitch is going to miss the outside corner for ball 1. So 2 outs, nobody on, and 1-0 the count on Rodriguez. On deck, if they get that far, it's Jocelyn Ogeen, then Angelina Corral in the hole. Ooh, that's going to be a call strike, and Rodriguez flinched on it, thought about swinging and didn't, probably should have, because Chaverla's hitting the corner, that outside corner, and varying her speeds as well. So 1-1 is the count. There's a high pop that's going to go foul out of play behind us for strike 2. Chaverla not having to pitch very many pitches so far in this. So 1-2 the count. Rodriguez at the plate for Lovington. And that is going to be strike. Nope, it's a ball. Although the Hobbs faithful thought it was a strike, but they're not able to judge over. They're not able to judge left and right, being over there in the right side. They can see pretty much letters to knees in strike zone. And Rodriguez stays alive at the bat, fouling that off down the third baseline. So count remains 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. This game just underway. Hobbs and Lovington with a Lee County battle here. And that's going to be low for ball 3. So that runs the count full to Rodriguez. I called the Lovington game yesterday, and Rodriguez was one of the heroes at the bat. She hit a 4-run homer, a grand slam homer. And there's a line drive shot out to center field, but moving over for it is Chavez. She moves over a few yards in order to catch that. Nice solid contact on it by Rodriguez, but fly out to center field ends the at-bat for Lovington. 3 up, 3 down, and I'm going to count the pitches. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pitches by Chaverla. And you don't have to worry about a pitch clock in softball, of course, but it's just, that was pretty efficient is my point. Pretty efficient. And Lovington is, of course, disappointed at not getting runners on and around. But Hobbs is happy to get in the dugout and get their bats swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we go to the bottom of the first inning with more Hobbs Lady Eagles softball coming up from the Black Gold Slugfest on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Switch to TDS. Pair fast internet with strong Wi-Fi for the ultimate online experience. Choose from speeds starting at 300 meg all the way up to 1 gig. Plus, blanket every corner of your home with TDS Wi-Fi Plus. Trust TDS to provide you with the best services at the best prices. Just ask our customers who are voting us best internet provider in many of the communities we serve. Visit hellotds.com to learn more. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle and Lovington Lady Cat softball as they're playing each other this afternoon in a true Lee County battle. And I'm finishing getting my book caught up. Boy, it was a quick transition. Artesia was playing against Piedra Vista in the game right here on this field right before this game, and there was an Artesia crew doing radio. So it was, and there's not much room up here, and it was a fast turnaround. And thank you, by the way, to Joby and his crew. They were being very as quick as they could. It just takes some time for both to get torn down and then set back up. So it was very quick, trying to get set up, get the books, and get ready for this game, which, by the way, was not. It's not as you if you saw a bracket like we did going into this tournament. They switched things all up, and we didn't know anything about it. We hear about a lot of things, but we didn't hear about the important thing, which was that these games today, they flipped the brackets up and down, and they changed some who was playing whom and when, and we're just lucky to know about that and to be here for this one. So it was not originally that Hobbs would be going up against the winner of that game previously, but that's how it shook out. We're happy to be here, and these teams, as it turns out, are playing each other, and I think that's great to see a Lee County battle here. So Hobbs up at the bat, Kaya Boyle, the leadoff batter, and a 1-1 count on her. And a foul ball hit off to the left, out of play. Oh, here we are in the bottom of the first. Lovington went up, 3 down. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base, and they're at bat. So now Kaya Boyle leads things off, and number 8, Marissa Young, your third baseman on deck, and number 1, Edith Chavez, your center fielder in the hole. And that's going to be a call strike. Wow. And that was wow. So call strike on the outside corner. This ump, he was calling the corners for Hobbs pitcher Chaverla, and he's calling them here. Kind of generous, and that's fine. If the ump is consistent with the calls, and you know where the generous, where the top and the bottom of the zone are, and the in and the out, then you know. And that's going to be a strike as Daphne Urahara on the mound for Lovington. And Young getting a look at it, and I think that's smart. You get a look at that first pitch from a pitcher maybe you haven't seen before. And this is going to miss outside for ball 1. So the count even up, 1-1, 1 out, nobody on. And it's important for the batters to communicate with each other about the different pitching that you see. Oh, no, it's a fair ball as that was blistered. Young pulled it and blistered it. A grounder, hot one, right down the first base line. In fact, it hopped over the bag. And it was played well out there by Morales in right field, who got that in and kept that to just a single. But Young, with a solid contact, was waiting on that one and got a single and is on first base. So starts things off for Hobbs hitting. Always a good thing to get some runners on and try to move them around in your first at bat. Just gives you a lot more confidence facing whatever pitching you're facing. So number 1, Edith Chavez, center fielder, is up to the plate, batting in the third slot for Hobbs in the lineup. And the first pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count, 1 out, 1 on here at the bottom of the first. A lot of ones in this first game of the day for Hobbs. They did not have to play a 10 o'clock game this morning, although it was listed on the original. Oh, I think they were listed on the original, but just not playing the winner of the game right before it. And there is a foul off to the left and back to the screen, 1-1. And by the way, Artesia then moves to the 4 o'clock game this afternoon. The winner of this game will play Artesia at 4. And here in the winner's bracket, Hobbs won their game last night. Oh, and that comes in over the plate. But, oh, yeah, call strike. And I said it came in over the plate, but I could not really see if it was low, high, or somewhere in between. So call strike 2, count 1-2. On Chavez, trying to bring Young around the bases and maybe in. That is going to miss outside for ball 2. That is Daphne Urahara, Lovington's #1 pitcher in the circle. Quiroga behind the plate. Olguin at first, Morales at second, Hernandez at short, Corral at third. And contact, a hot grounder. It's going to make it to Hernandez. Hernandez, no, makes a good throw, but just too late. As it took a little while, that grounder, Hernandez had to shade over to her right to pick that up and then fired it over. It was a good throw on target, good catch, but just not able as Chavez beat the throw out. So it's an infield single. So back-to-back singles put runners at first and second as Young moves over to second. Chavez now on first, 1 out. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, number 16, Carissa Garcia, playing first base for Hobbs. So 1 out, 2 on. And Coach McCraw wanting to have a word about something. Don't know why he's taking some time, but he's coming over and talking to the field ump. I don't know if maybe he's protesting that play, thinking that was an out, that he saw it, that it was an out, but the call stands. He was being very nice, very respectful, asking whatever question he was. So back to play now as Garcia is at the plate and Garcia is on deck. That's Allison Garcia coming up, and then Anaya Rodriguez is in the hole for Hobbs. And Garcia stepping up. We have a lot of Garcias in the game. We have a Garcia who's in left field for Lovington. And Rodriguez. Garcia is in left field for Lovington. Rodriguez is in center. That's Sabri Rodriguez. And then playing right field out there for Lovington is Hernandez. We have Hernandez at short, Layla, and then we have Braylon Hernandez out in right field. So two pitches into Garcia, 1-1 is the count, and the third pitch comes in. It's going to miss off the outside corner for ball 2. So 2-1 is your count. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And Hobbs is looking to go ahead and start their at-bats with runs on the board. That's what they want to do here. Garcia's very capable of moving them in. Urahara catches the inside corner with that one. So right over the inside corner and at the knees. So call strike 2, 2-2. On Garcia, the cleanup hitter for Hobbs, with Allison Garcia on deck. Oh, and that hits her. As, that comes in inside and hit by pitch.
Now batting the left fielder, number 9, Allison Garcia.
So that's going to put runners on every base. So bases loaded, and Allison Garcia, left fielder, coming up to the plate for Hobbs. So in the circle, Urahara has had a strikeout and 1 hit by pitch and given up 2 hits. This is the 5th batter in to this game for Hobbs, this at bat. Bases loaded, 1 out. Good news for Lovington, a force on any base. Bad news is Hobbs can do a lot of damage and clean off those bases here, or start anyway. Swing and a miss as Garcia takes a good cut at it. 0-1 the count. Now Rodriguez is on deck, the designated player, and in the hole, Candy Harrison, the shortstop for Hobbs. And coming up, that is going to miss just outside for ball 1. So Urahara trying to catch that outside corner with a medium speed pitch and just off. So Hobbs would like to win this game and play at 4 o'clock this afternoon against Artesian. I believe that would be the championship game for this tournament. And that misses outside as well for ball 2. Lovington would also like to win and be in that game, because if they do not win, I believe they turn around. I'm not sure if they turn around and play right here. They play the Piedra Vista, I guess, right? The loser. Okay. I was pretty sure I had that right, but I was talking in between games right before I was setting up, and I was pretty sure that's what these guys were telling me. Getting some help from Coach Matt. Coach Mack right here. And swing and a miss. Wow. As Garcia, that's just her first swing. The count was 3-1 on her. So now it's full. So full count on Garcia. Just one out, bases loaded. Oh, swing and a miss as she goes down swinging. And that's the second strikeout for Urahara.
Designated player number 20, Anaya Rodriguez.
And that's going to bring up number 20, Anaya Rodriguez, the designated player. Of course, she's hitting in place of the flex player, which is number 12, Amaya Chaverla, the pitcher. So Rodriguez very capable of parking it. And she's standing up there thinking that she would certainly like to bring as many runs in as she can. She's a left-handed batter, of course, and the first one is outside for ball one. She gave it a good look, did not offer, and that's going to be outside for ball two, as Urahara, knowing how capable Rodriguez is pitching kind of carefully to her. 2-0 the count. Harrison on deck and Treviso in the hole for Hobbs, and they would like to get that far. 2 outs now, bases loaded, and that's going to be outside as well. 3-0. It may be that Urahara is, she's at least pitching very carefully. Don't know if she's been told to keep it unhittable. Nope, that one comes up high, ball 4. So intentional or not, it was a walk.
Batting the shortstop, number 10, Candy Harrison.
And that actually is an RBI. It's a walk. It's an RBI walk. As Rodriguez, she doesn't get credit for the at-bat. She's over, but she gets the RBI for walking a run in. So Hobbs is on the board, 1-0 now. Base is still loaded, and number 10, Candy Harrison, the shortstop, up to the plate. Swing and a miss as Urahara put a little speed and a little breaking ball, caught the outside corner for strike one. As I try to get the scorebook back, it's being a little stubborn today. And there's a hit right back to the pitcher, and Urahara in the circle catches it and sends it over to first. Woo! It almost was a too high throw, but Olguin over there reached up and snagged that and held it on. So only 1 run across, but Hobbs is on the board. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. So we're going to go to the top of the second inning. Lovington coming up to bat in just about a minute or so. And 1-0 is your score. Hobbs leading. We'll be back with more Lady Eagle, Lady Wildcat softball from the Black Gold Slugfest right after a couple of messages here on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Forest Tire cares about your time. You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And we're back.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
And in the bottom of the first inning, Hobbs had 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. And we're back to the Black Gold Slugfest with Lovington coming up to the plate. Top of the second inning. It's the heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6, with number 9, Jocelyn Olguin, the first baseman, up first. And the first ball is a called strike as Chaverla in the circle for Hobbs, Martinez behind the plate, Garcia at first, Boyle on second, Harrison at short, and Young at third. And a swing and a miss. Strike two. Olguin with a big cut on that. 0-2 count. Let's see. Allison Garcia's in left, and Chavez is in center. Treviso in right for Hobbs. That's your field here in this top of the second inning. There's a blistered hit right down the third base line. Unfortunately for Olguin, it goes foul. Makes it all the way to the fence. She was waiting on that one, pulled it over, all the way over. So with 2 strikes on her, of course, looking for something to hit, get on base, and try to get that run back. That's Lovington's perspective. Hobbs, of course, wanting to try to get efficient outs. They held Lovington 1-2-3 first time up, and that's going to be high for ball 1. I think Cheverla sent it right over the plate, took a little speed off of it, offered it up to see if Olguin would chase, and she did not. Olguin, of course, protecting the plate with 2 strikes on her. Got to swing at anything that's close. Oh, and she swung at a low ball, golfed it in there, tried to golf it anyway, and missed. So strike out. She goes down swinging. Yep.
Now batting the third baseman, number 13, Angelina Corral.
So that's the second strikeout for Cheverla, and the first out in this at-bat for Lovington. That's going to get hung up in her hand just a little bit and stay high. Or she might have shortened her step just a little bit, and it just went a little bit high. But that one is on the corner, and it's hit right back to Cheverla, who catches it right at the tip of her glove, hangs on to it. So a hit back right to the pitcher. And when you're in the circle and you get those quick hits back to you, whether they're on the ground, but especially in the air, man, it's a lot of times it's reaction. Your glove just goes to wherever it needs to go, right? And you're kind of in self-protection mode too. So a hit back, a little kind of a line drive shot, a line drive to the pitcher for out number 2. And that brings up number 5, Layla Hernandez, shortstop for Lovington, to the plate. First pitch is a strike. Layla did not have a good batting game yesterday. She had a good fielding game for Lovington in that game that they played, where they beat Silver 11-10. And Layla chases high and outside, but Cheverla bringing the heat on that. And Hernandez bats a little too short for that one, but she gave it a good try. So quickly 0-2 count as Hobbs is threatening to send Lovington back 1-2-3 like they did in the first at-bat. And that's a well-hit ball, a long ball, but it goes foul. So Layla getting good contact with it, but she was in front of that. Cheverla doing a good job of varying the speeds on her pitches so far. And that's what you want. You got to be able to throw different pitches, move it around, vary your speeds, and keep the batter back on their heels. And that's gonna be call strike, as that must have been right at the knees and over the outside corner. Nice pitch for Cheverla, and Hernandez goes down looking. Third strikeout for Cheverla, and they go 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Hobbs doing a pretty efficient job so far on defense, and they've got 1 run on the board. They want to add to it. Lovington wants to hold them, and we'll be back with the bottom of the second inning coming up for the Black Gold Slugfest. Lady Cat, Lady Eagle softball right here on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank, and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back to the Black Gold Slugfest here. It's a Lee County battle as Hobbs and Lovington are playing for the right to move into the championship game of this tournament. The winner of this game has a break and then comes back at 4 o'clock on this field to play. And we know already that Artesia is going to be in that game playing for the championship against the winner of this game. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Go to the bottom of the second. With the bottom of the order due up for Hobbs, it's Treviso, 8, 9, and then the top of the order. And the first pitch is going to be in there for strike one. So Treviso up. And Martinez is on deck, and then Boyle, top of the order, is in the hole. That is going to be a call, strike on the outside corner. So 0-2 the count now on Treviso, who is playing right field for Hobbs. Hobbs leading this one 1-0. They'd like to add some runs here in this at bat. And there's a little hit back to the circle, and Urahara doesn't get down on it. She flubs that, and so Treviso reaches on an error. So that's an error on the pitcher, E1.
The catcher, number 15, Alexis Martinez.
So Treviso is on first, and Alexis Martinez, the catcher, is coming up to the plate. No outs, 1 on. Bottom of the second, 1-0 your score. Hobbs leading this one. And Martinez, the catcher, is going to be followed by top of the order, back to Boyle, and then Young in the hole for Hobbs. They're looking to add to their lead, and Urahara in the circle with just a flub. That was a kind of an easy ball, and I think she just you just take it for granted sometimes, and it's just like any other player in the field. When you don't watch the ball, you don't get down on the ball, as the coaches would tell you. Get down on the ball, and watch it while you make contact with it, scoop it up, and she just didn't do that. Caught the bottom of her glove and rolled behind her, and then it was too late for the play. So Treviso on first, and Martinez, the catcher, left-handed batter. Urahara getting ready. She's looking at her notes on her arm about these batters. Shows bunt and then pulls it back. Pitch gets past Quiroga and does what it was intended to do, which was move Treviso over to second on the pass ball. So that little screen, whether you intend to bunt or not, and she left it down all the way. Did not make contact. She simply screened the ball out, and yes, Quiroga had a little trouble with it, and yes, the runner's on second, and yes, the payment, what you pay for that is the strike. And that second pitch in is a ball to even things up. So leaving it down all the way, you're gonna have the strike, of course, no matter where the ball is. But moved a runner into scoring position, so no outs, 1 on. And a hit off the end of the bat. Out of play, good cut at that as Martinez made healthy contact, but goes out of play off to the left for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Runner on second, no outs. Here in the bottom of the second, Hobbs leading 1-0. Looking to increase that. Lovington wants to hold them to it. It's going to miss outside for ball 2. Even the count up. Beautiful day, by the way, here. Some clouds, so the sun really not glaring down. A little cool. There's almost no breeze. The flags outside, you might see are fairly limp. Not really moving much. And base on ball, so a walk for Martinez as she works the walk. So now runners on first and second.
The second baseman, number 13, Kaya Boyle.
No outs, 2 on. Top of the order, Kaya Boyle leading things off, and she went down looking. Her first plate appearance, she's 0 for 1, and I know she's not going to be happy with that. She's a very capable hitter, and reason why she's leading off. She gets on base most times with either a hit or a walk for Hobbs. And that's going to come in just a little high and outside for ball 1. Oh, no. What's it? No pitch?
Now we have number 13, Kaya Boyle.
Okay. And we're going to have a courtesy runner out for Martinez on first base.
Number 2, Jesse Ojeda.
So Ojeda will be running. And I'm glad to know that. I didn't have time to write the reserve players down in the book when we were getting set, so I'll have to look back and try to get those as I can. Camera's working just a little wonky there. Just adjusting the camera. Camera's traveling a little bit because of the power cord pulling on them. And the first pitch is in. It is ball 1 on Kaya Boyle. So 1-0. And that's going to come in a little low and inside as well for ball 2 as Boyle is capable of working that walk as getting on base. Selective eye. Runners on first and second, plenty to work with here. Try to move him around and in, and that's going to miss outside for ball 3. So 3-0 the count now, and pressure's on Urahara to throw a strike now. I don't know if the take sign is on automatically for Hobbs. Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no, and Boyle calls for timeout. Just not ready. Now she is. She's back in. And that is going to be a strike. So take sign probably on. Boyle's so capable of hitting that the coach, who knows, the coach may tell her if she sees it, likes it, take it. But most of the time the coaches say play the percentages. And a blister down, grounder to third. And the throw to first is a double play. Wow. So Kaya Boyle with a hard hit ball, and sometimes that works against you.
Number 8, Marissa Young.
Sometimes that works against you. It's a hard hit ball. It doesn't take as long to get to the player. The player has more time to make the good throw and then make touch the bag and then make a throw in time over to first. And that's what happened, as that was a good play by Corral and a double play. Now Hobbs with 2 outs as Boyle goes down 5 unassisted. And then the double play comes in when Boyle goes down, and I'm catching my book up here. So double play with 2 outs, and that brings up Marissa Young to the plate. Number 8, Marissa Young, playing third base for Hobbs. And first 2 pitches, balls, 2-0 the count on her with 2 outs. And now just 1 runner on, but in scoring position for Hobbs. As that is number 2, Jesse Ojeda, the courtesy runner out there on second. 2-1 the count now. Oh, and that's a hit. In fact, that's going to hit second base and take a funny hop. And that'll score Ojeda from second. So Young with a nice hit straight out, and it looked like it was going to hit just behind second base, and instead it hits the corner of the base and took a funny hop, but it still was played about as well as you could play that with the ball being fielded and thrown in. But it's a hit for Young. It's an RBI single for her. An RBI single for Young brings in the courtesy runner for Martinez. As Treviso was out 5 and assisted at third base in that double play, and then 5-3 for that second out that took out Boyle. And that brings up number 1, Edith Chavez. So 2 outs, no, 1 runner on first, as Young is out there with her RBI single. And 2-0 count now on Chavez. Chavez singled her last time up and got stranded. And another grounder to third as Corral picks that up, fires to first to Olguin, and 5-3. Out number 3, but not before Hobbs puts another run across. So they scored 1 hit. They had one run on 1 hit. No, there was one error. The error on the pitcher, and 1 left on base. No, nobody left on base. Yeah, Yeah, Young left on base after her RBI single. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. And Hobbs is up 2-0 now. As we are going to go to the top of the 3rd inning. Lovington coming up to the plate. They trail 2-0, and we'll have that call coming back after a word from our sponsors as we move things around and get ready for more Slugfest softball right here, Hobbs and Lovington. We'll be right back.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Black Gold Slugfest. Hobbs and Lovington doing battle here, and we are in the top of the 3rd inning. And Quiroga, the hit is over to third base. Young flubs it a little and then makes a good throw, but as she was fielding it, it kind of bounced up, and then by the time she made the throw, Sabri Sanchez beat it out. So Sanchez had a 1-0 count on her when she hit that grounder to third base. So I hate to write it down, but I've got to write down an E5. It's an E5, and Sanchez on first base. So no outs, 1 on. And 21, Bailey Garcia at the plate for Lovington. She's playing left field, and she swings at the first one she sees, fouls it off for strike 1. So here we are in the top of the 3rd inning. Hobbs is leading 2-0 over Lovington. There's a chopper over to Young, and she fields it well, fires it over to second, and Hobbs with a double play. Nicely turned, and Young comes right back after the error and fields that perfectly. So Young over to Boyle for the first out. So 5-4 is how they got Sanchez. 5-4 for 1 out, and then 4-3 for the second out. And 11, Daphne Urahara, the pitcher, up to the plate. She's batting in that 9th slot for Lovington. First pitch fouled off for strike 1. So 2 outs after that nicely turned double play by Hobbs. Very efficient. Now Lovington struggling to try to get batter on and around. They've got some work to do. Hobbs with a 2-0 lead here, and a swing and a foul that ends up hitting Urahara on her left foot. She's going to work it out for just a minute. Will give her a chance to do that. Make sure she's okay. So 0-2 count on her quickly. So 1-2 count now. I was getting texted, sorry. 1-2 on Urahara. There's a high fly ball heading out to between center and left field, and coming over from left, Treviso makes the grab for the 3rd out. So Urahara gave it a ride, a high fly ball, but well played out there as both Chavez drifted over and Treviso going for it. But Treviso got it, fly out to 9 for the 3rd out. And once again, Hobbs very efficient, 3 up, 3 down no runs on no hits, 1 error, nobody left on base. And we're going to go to the bottom of the third. Hobbs leading at Lovington 2-0, and we'll be back with more Black Gold Slugfest on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And I believe this is also on Lovington Sports YouTube as well.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat, and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner in Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores.
And welcome back to Black Gold Slugfest time. No runs, no hits, no error, 1 error, nobody left on base in that top of the third inning. So we go to the bottom of the third. It's the heart of the order for Hobbs up. It is 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Carissa Garcia, first baseman for Hobbs, up to the plate first. She don't have that listed for her. In her first at bat, she reached and got stranded on second. So Garcia up, and then Allison Garcia on deck, and Rodriguez in the hole. And that's going to come in and be a ball. I was busy trying to write down reserve players for Hobbs between the at-bats there. Almost done. So back to the score bug here. 2-0 is your score here. Hobbs leading, and that pitch comes in. It's also a ball high and outside for ball 3. So 3-0 the count on the cleanup hitter here, Garcia, starting things off in this at-bat for Hobbs. Hobbs turned a very nice double play previously. There's a high pop. I think it's going to go out of play off to the right. Yep. Olguin gave it a chase, but saw she was going to run into the fence. So that just becomes strike 1. So Garcia, obviously 3-0 count. So with a slugger like that, obviously she was not told to just let the pitch go by. Saw one she thought she could tear into. So 3-1 count on Garcia. Nice hit. Going to be a line drive that hits the wall out between center and right. And Rodriguez out there giving chase, and it's going to be a double. I mean, she kind of half slid in there, and I'll call it a stand-up double because she just kind of had a little slide in. She beat the throw easily. It was nicely fielded, though. Rodriguez fielded it off the fence and made a good throw into second base, but Garcia was able to get there. So a well-hit ball puts Garcia on second base in scoring position, and that's going to bring up Allison Garcia, left fielder, to the plate. And there is a little Texas leaguer. It's going to fall in. Oh, wow, and Hernandez was able to get a glove on it. And Garcia out in left throws it. Oh, they're going to call Garcia out at third. Garcia, the fielder in left field, chased the ball down and made the throw into third base. And the ump, I believe, initially said he called Garcia out, the runner Garcia out at third. And Coach Anthony Boyle is out there talking to the ump, and the ump is saying, nope, he saw that the throw came in, and apparently he thinks he said that Garcia was off the base.
The DP, number 20. Anaya Rodriguez.
So an unconventional first out for sure. It goes 7-5 in the books for the first out, as Garcia, as Lovington's able to get the lead runner, cut off the lead runner. And that's going to be another hit almost in the same place. And Garcia will field it and throw it in. Throws it into Hernandez, covering third base. And this time.
Now up the shortstop, number 10, Candy Harrison.
So Allison Garcia had reached on the fielder's choice and then advanced to second on the throw, and now is on third base as Amnaya Rodriguez reached on a fielder's choice. So runners at the corners with one out, and Candy Harrison at the bat for Hobbs. So ball one on Harrison. First pitch is in, 1-0 the count, one out. Runners at the corners for Hobbs. And looking to try to increase their 2-0 lead here in this at bat. A swing and a foul off out of play to the right for strike one. That was a controversial call there at third that took out the lead runner. And Hobbs faithful not liking that. Coach Anthony Boyle also protesting that. But Hobbs still is ahead, 2-0, and they still have outs to work with this at bat, and they've got runners at the corners. With Harrison, a 1-1 count on her. And that is going to be low in the dirt. And Quiroga fumbles it a little bit, and that's going to allow Rodriguez to get to second. So two runners in scoring position now for Hobbs. I think Hobbs faithful cheering that, applauding that, seeing that as baseball karma, maybe. Candy Harrison with a 2-1 count on her now. As I was saying, that pitch would have been in the dirt, but there's artificial turf here, so it's not in the dirt, figuratively in the dirt. And the third pitch comes in. It's also a ball, so 3-1 count. With runners at second and third, one out. Hobbs up 2-0 here in the Black Gold Slugfest. Swing and a foul. It's going to even up the count 2-2. As Hobbs wants to earn the right to move into the championship of this tournament that they are hosting. And the winner of this game will take on Artesia at 4 o'clock here on the varsity field for the tournament championship. That is going to miss, ends low and inside. Harrison flinched on that.
Number 6, Aaliyah Treviso.
I think she might have been thinking it was going to hit her, but she didn't move out of the way either. I think she was ready to take one for the team, but it didn't. It missed her by a few inches at least. But she's on base, working the walk. And that loads the bases and brings up number 6, Aaliyah Treviso, the right fielder. She reached on an error and got called out in a double play her last time up, which was her first plate appearance. This is her second plate appearance. First pitch is in, ball one. So now bases loaded for Hobbs. They're in a great position to break this open and increase their 2-0 lead here against Lovington, which is what they want to do. Lovington wants to work the outs, and that's going to be a call strike on the outside corner. Yep, that's a pretty good pitch. Urahara not burning it up, but a medium speed pitch hitting the corner there. That hit off the end of the bat over to the Hobbs dugout for strike two. So Treviso deciding to swing on that just a little bit late. Still makes contact with it toward the end of her bat for strike two. 1-2 the count. Only one out. Bases loaded. Good news for Lovington is there's a force on any base if they get an infield playable ball. But bad news is bases are loaded, and Hobbs could break this open with one swing of the bat. And it could be 6-0 with the right swing of the bat. And that pitch low for ball two. 2-2 the count. Martinez is on deck, and then we're back to the top of the order with Boyle in the hole. Oh, call strike three. Yep, the ump has been calling that consistently on the outside corner. And
now batting the catcher, number 15, Alexis Martinez.
So that is strikeout number 3, I believe, for Urahara 4 now. Thank you. Just there's 3. Okay, strikeout number 3. Yeah. She's also issued a walk. First swing of the bat, Alexis Martinez catches a piece of it, fouls it off for strike 1. Martinez, the catcher, left-handed batter. And an 0-1 count on her with two outs. Runner, bases loaded for Hobbs. Oh, Quiroga, snap throw down to third as Garcia scrambles back safely. Base runner at third is Allison Garcia, Allison Garcia. Rodriguez is at second, and Harrison on first. Swing and another good crack at it. Makes contact, but goes out of bounds. It goes out of play, off to the left for strike number 2. Got too many different sports we're doing. Some of them overlapping. And I'm not complaining. Love every minute of it. 1-2 the count. As Martinez hanging tough at the bat with 2 strikes on her. Got to protect the plate. Swing at anything close. At least try to spoil it off. If not, get a hit. With 2 outs, Hobbs does not want to leave the bases loaded. They've got a 2-0 lead over Lovington right now. And there's a ground ball over to third. Corral scoops it up and throws it over to Ogeen at first. In the books, 5-3 for out number 3. And Hobbs threatens but comes up empty in that at bat with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. So we played a full 3 innings, go to the top of the 4th, and Lovington comes up to the plate. Hobbs leading this one 2-0, and we'll be back with more Black Gold Slugfest softball here on HobbsAmerica.com, Hobbs Sports YouTube, and Lovington Sports YouTube. And I think that's it. I think that's it. We're in lots of places, and we appreciate you watching and listening. And we'll continue.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
And welcome back to Black Gold Slugfest as we go to the top of the 4th inning. And it's the top of the order for Lovington. Number 2, Anahi Quiroga, the catcher, up to the plate. She grounded out to the shortstop her first time up. It's her second plate appearance. She's 0 for 1 and trying to start things off for Lovington. And she looks at the first pitch low for ball number 1. As Lovington, Hobbs has been able to send Lovington 3 up, 3 down, all 3 at-bats for Lovington. That's why we're just now back up to the top of the order with the second plate appearance. And Lovington wants to change that, and that's a call strike right over the plate at the knees. So 1-1 against Quiroga. Morales is on deck. Rodriguez is in the hole. Let's see, there have been 3 strikeouts in the game as well for Chaverla. And that was a strike for 1-2 the count on Quiroga. Of course, Quiroga, the catcher, and she makes contact, a grounder headed over to Harrison at short. Oh, and she slips, just kind of slipped. She was headed, had good time, and was right on the ball, but slipped.
Number 4, Honey Morales.
And I hate to write that down. It says she got her hand on the ball and she was fielding it and just slipped. Sometimes funny things happen. You slip or the ball takes a funny hop and it doesn't feel fair. But I believe officially that'll have to be an E6, letting Quiroga on. Harrison, a good shortstop, very solid player. Morales, second baseman for Lovington, due up, call strike one. So no outs, one runner on, 0-1 count. And Quiroga, let's see, she usually runs for herself. Often catchers will have a substitute runner. And there's a well-hit ball out to deep left. Reaching up for it, though, is Allison Garcia. A well-hit ball as Morales gave it a ride, but a fly out to position number 7 in the books for the first out.
Number 17, Zabri Rodriguez.
And that's going to bring up number 17, Zabri Rodriguez, your center fielder, to the plate. She hit a long ball her last time up, first time up, which is her last time up, second plate appearance. She had a fly out to center field to end the at-bat for Lovington in that top of the first inning. That is going to float in just a little high for ball number 1. I think it caught the corner, but it was a little high. So 1-0 the count. 1 out, 1 on as Quiroga out on first. Rodriguez at the plate. Olguin on deck. Corral in the hole. There's a grounder. Harrison able to make the grab, but man, that ball was, she had to really go for it. That's just an infield hit. She played the ball as well as she could, made a good throw, but it just wasn't in time.
Number 9, Jocelyn Olguin.
It's an infield single for Rodriguez. Sometimes those balls, when they're hit that long and deep, it just takes a long time for the play to develop, and she fielded it and did as well as she could. In fact, made a great throw. But that moves Quiroga over to second in scoring position. Now Rodriguez on first, and Jocelyn Olguin up to the plate. Corral on deck. Hernandez in the hole. And a timeout. I think there's some discussion about the balls. Sometimes as a pitcher, you get a ball thrown to you, and for some reason it doesn't feel right, or maybe it's too slick. If it's brand new out of the box, man, it takes a little while to kind of wear that in. But sometimes it's got damage to it, and if there's damage on it as a pitcher, it's within your rights, especially if it's on the seam, or it's just going to interfere with the way you hold the ball, throw the ball. Then you can call for a new ball, and evidently Cheverla did just that. So 0-1. With runners on first and second, 1 out. Ooh, she floated a beautiful one over the just over the plate, maybe just a little to the outside corner. Took some speed, an off-speed pitch, and Olguin looked at it but didn't bite. So call strike 1. And Olguin might not see a better pitch to try to hit than that, but I think she was thinking maybe that's coming in just a little too high. But nice pitch. She shows bunt, leaves the bat down. Does she pull it back in time? Let's see. I guess she does. So 1-1 the count. I don't know if she was seriously bunting or just throwing that bat down to screen to try to move the runners. But 1-1 count on her. Runners stay at first and second. Swing and hit right off the end of the bat, out of play off to the right for strike 2 on Olguin. Olguin, the first baseman for Lovington. On deck is Corral, Hernandez in the hole. Runners on first and second. Quiroga reaching on the error. Rodriguez with the infield single. A fly out to center field is the only out so far. There's a dribbler over to first base, and Garcia gets it. Taps first base herself, but the runners do move around, so a little weak hit right back to the pitcher, or back to the first baseman. 3 unassisted in the book officially for the second out. But it does move the runners. Quiroga goes to third. Rodriguez goes to second. 2 outs, runners at second and third. And number 13, Angelita Corral, the third baseman for Lovington, up to the plate. Let's see. She had hit a line drive right back to the pitcher her first time up. And she hits this one, a grounder right down third base. But to the home plate ump says, nope, it bounced foul. And I think that's true. I think it was just foul. Young right on it, though. Man, you know, you play him. You play him because it's not up to you to decide if that's fair or foul. It's up to the umps. So you go ahead and field it and play it. If it gets called a foul, so be it. But you've done your job. 0-1 the count, and that one comes in as a ball, so that's going to even things up. 1-1 on Corral. Corral's looking to try to help her teammates out and get them in and around. The potential go-ahead run is at the plate with Corral. As Hobbs is leading 2-0. Hobbs, of course, with 2 outs, wants to just get this third out and get back in the dugout. A swing, and that's gonna hit a little line drive shot out into right field. Will score 1. Yes, it's gonna score 2, and a 2 RBI. It's a 2 RBI single for Corral. And we're tied 2-2. So that brings in Quiroga from third. Brings in Sabri Rodriguez and Corral on first. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. 2 outs, though. And Layla Hernandez to the plate as Martinez threatening a throw down to first. Hangs on to it. First pitch into Hernandez. High for ball 1. 1-0 count. Hernandez struck out her first time up, her only other plate appearance. So she makes contact with that, but it goes high, foul, out of play behind us for strike 1. Hernandez has hit a couple of foul balls. She hit a long foul ball out in over the fence, over in left field territory as one of her strikes, her first time up. She's capable. She's just had a little trouble connecting at the right times. Hits that one foul. And some of this is due to Cheverla doing a nice job of varying her pitches and her speeds. Foul off for strike number 2. 1-2 the count on Hernandez. Sabri Sanchez on deck and Bailey Garcia in the hole for Lovington. If they get that far, Hobbs would like to not have Lovington get that far. They'd like to get this out. Lovington has managed to tie it up, and that's going to be just outside for ball number 2. Martinez tried to frame that up for the ump, and he didn't go for it, but that was a good try. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, 1 runner on first. We're tied 2-2 here, and a swing, and is that going to be a fair ball or foul? Nope. That was that was a hot grounder. Layla Hernandez was sitting and waiting on that, blistered it, and I think Hobbs is breathing a sigh of relief that was called foul. That was a foul ball, because that was trouble. That was trouble. So count remains 2-2. Hernandez protecting the plate with those 2 strikes, and lets that one go. She almost chased, and she has. I think Cheverla threw that to her because she chased a high one to strike out her first time up. So count runs full. Hernandez at the bat, trying to put Lovington ahead in this one. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Cheverla in the outside corner. Yep, got her. And Lovington manages to get 2 runs across to tie things up here. They do it on 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hobbs with some work to do. They want to break this tie. It's 2-2, and we're here in a good one, a Lee County battle. Hobbs and Lovington in the Black Gold Slugfest. Back for more coming up in about 30 seconds right here on Hobbs Sports YouTube, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Back for more softball action. The Black Gold Slugfest here on the varsity field in Hobbs. And Lovington managed to put 2 runs on 2 hits with 1 error, 1 left on base in the top of the 4th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, top of the order coming up for Hobbs.
Now batting for the Lady Eagles, the leadoff hitter, the second baseman, number 13, Kaya Boyle.
It'll be Boyle, your second baseman, up first, and then Young on deck and Chavez in the hole. As Lovington tied it up, now Hobbs wants to get the bat swinging and break that tie. As Hobbs has left Hobbs has left 7 runners on base in this game. And that is going to be a call, strike 1. Caught the outside corner. Hobbs faithful grumbling a little over there. I think they felt like that was a little low and outside, but the ump said it's a strike. And there is a hard grounder to Morales, who fields it and throws it to first. Morales to Olguin.
Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Marissa Young.
So pretty efficient, and 4-3 in the books for the first out. And that's going to bring up Marissa Young, third baseman for Hobbs. She had an RBI single and got stranded her last time up. She hit a single and scored her first time up. She's 2 for 2. I mentioned Hobbs leaving 7 runners on base in this game so far. I'm sure they're thinking about that right now, thinking, wow, if we had just batted in 1 or 2 more of those we left on base, we'd be in the lead again. But they're going to try to change that and get in the lead right here in this at-bat. First pitch is in, a strike. 0-1 count to Chavez on deck, Garcia in the hole. And that comes in outside for ball 1. Going to even up the count. Beautiful day for softball. It's a little cool. Some cloud cover. Just almost no wind. A blistering hit, a line drive, and it hits Holguin. Holguin puts up her glove to try to get it. And I don't know if it hit her arm. They're going to stop and make sure she's okay. That was a hard hit ball. Young blistered that over a line drive shot to first, and Coach McCraw is going to come out and talk to Olguin and just make sure that she's okay. She knocked it down. It's just reaction. Your glove goes up, and I think it maybe hit glove before it hit her, and I'm sure that hurt.
Number 1, Edith Chavez.
But she says she's okay. So that's a single. I mean, that's a hit for Young. She's on first. One out, one on. Edith Chavez, center fielder, up to the plate. Now Garcia on deck, and Garcia in the hole. As Hobbs wants to not just get the bat swinging, they need timely hitting to move runners around and in, and to try to break this tie. 2-2-2 is your score here. There's a hit right back to the pitcher. In fact, it glances off. It hits Udahara in the circle, and bounced off her leg and went to second base. Morales picks it up. It's a deflection, but it's still 4-3 in the books for out number 2. It does move Young over to second in scoring position, though, so it kind of acts like a sacrifice as Chavez thrown out, but Young over on second. 2 outs. Number 16, Carissa Garcia, the cleanup hitter, up to the bat. Garcia plays first base for Hobbs. And I think the ump are going to go out with Coach McCraw and just make sure both those players who got hit there in back-to-back blistering hits, really hard hit balls by Hobbs. And I think that we may, no, they're going to let Daphne Udahara just take a couple of pitches just to make sure she can throw and that she's okay. That hit her leg pretty hard. Bounced off. It still had enough momentum, but bounced off of her leg and went all the way out to second base where Honey Morales was playing, and she just had to take a step forward, scoop it up, and throw it over to first. So very hard hit ball. As a pitcher, you usually hit back. You hit other people. You don't get hit as much, but there's a reason why a lot of and it's a rule. I think it may be NCAA rule that the pitchers have to wear the face mask to protect themselves. I don't know if that is a rule, but a lot do. And even in high school softball, you'll see some pitchers wearing the protective face mask, face gear, because the ball comes at you. And if you're the harder the pitch, the harder the hit. and it can come at speeds that, can be very not just painful, but very dangerous. So she's fine. Urahara stays in the circle. Runner at second in scoring position for Hobbs. The cleanup hitter, Carissa Garcia, to the plate. Man, does she have some power. First pitch is in, and it's a ball. Yeah, Carissa has a tremendous amount of power as a hitter. One-0 the count. She hits that, but it's gonna be a foul pop out of play off to the right for strike one. So 1-1 the count. 2 outs, 1 runner on second. Hobbs looking to break the tie. We're all tied up, 2 apiece here. And Lovington trying to get that third out and get in the dugout. Now Lovington has visions of being able to get ahead of Hobbs, but they got to get this out first, and Hobbs can launch a 2-out rally here, and that's what they'd like to do. 2-1 the count now on Carissa Garcia, as Allison Garcia on deck and Anaya Rodriguez, the designated player, in the hole. Oh, swing and a miss as Garcia way out in front of that. Urahara taking a little speed off of that and hanging that up a little high, and that's a tough hit to lay off on as a hitter when you think, but she was a little too anxious, a little ahead of that one. So 2-2, but as the Hobbs faithful saying, now you're ready, now you're ready. So 2-2 the count, 2 outs, a runner on second, and that is a blistering hit, a grounder that Corral is going to knock down but not have time. She goes ahead and makes the throw, and Olguin, again, with a little trouble on the throw. So that's an infield hit. That's a single. Runners at the corners now for Hobbs. And that brings up Allison Garcia, left fielder, to the plate. And that is going to miss outside. So ball one. Runners at the corners for Hobbs. Soon as they can, they're probably going to try to get that Garcia on first over to second. Or bring runners in, and there's a swing and a foul. Oh, I think that hit Garcia. Yeah. Those can be so painful. Man, I tell you, the ankle, especially if they hit your shin or your ankle, and you hit the bony part of that ankle, wow, it's a tough, and it rings you like a bell. It rings you like a bell when that happens, and not only is it painful, but you vibrate. You just feel, it just takes a while to shake that off. Coach Boyle is coming over, just making sure that Allison's okay. She feels like she's okay. Shaking it off, getting back in the box. 1-1 count on her. Runners at the corners, first and third. That's going to be high and inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count now. Urahara in the circle this afternoon. Looks like 1, 2, Yep, 3 strikeouts. And that is a call, strike on the outside corner. He's been calling that breaking ball in that corner all game. 2-2 the count. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, 2 runners on, first and third. And 2-2 tie right here in this game. That is going to miss low. Ump gave it a long look.
Let's go, Alec.
That runs the count full, 3-2.
Let's go.
Rodriguez on deck. Harrison in the hole for Hobbs. If they get that far, they would like to get that far. They'd like to bring some runs in here. Oh, call strike on the outside corner. Wow. All right. Call strike, sends him down. Hobbs has a chance, and they get 2 runners on, but no runs across on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning. all tied up, 2 apiece. We'll be back with more Lee County battle here at the Black Gold Slugfest on Hobbs Sports YouTube, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Forest Tire cares about your time. You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back to Black Gold Slugfest in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hobbs had no runs on 2 hits and no errors, 2 left on base. And we go to the top of the 5th inning with the bottom of the order due up for Lovington. 7, 8, and 9 positions. Sanchez, Garcia, Urahara. And the first pitch into Sanchez is a strike. 0-1 count. There's a ground ball. It's going to find its way through third and shortstop and be a hit and put Sanchez on first. So a single for Sanchez leads things off and brings up number 21, Bailey Garcia, left fielder.
Number 21, Bailey Garcia.
So no outs, 1 runner on. Garcia to the plate. Urahara on deck, and then the top of the order, Quiroga in the hole. So Sanchez reaches on a and Garcia shows bunt and makes contact, but it goes foul for strike 1. So Coach McCraw obviously playing a little small ball here, trying to Frankenstein a run across and around. So we'll see if she shows bunt again. This will be interesting. Nope, she's hitting away, and a grounder over to Young at third. She fires over to second and gets the lead run, but Hobbs just misses being able to turn the double play, and Garcia reaches on a fielder's choice. So Garcia reaches on the fielder's choice, but Sanchez thrown out at second for the first out, 5-4. So 5-4 in the books for the first out. Garcia on first now, and that brings up Daphne. Oh, we're going to have a pinch hitter, and let's see who this is going to be. As I didn't write my reserve players down. Not a lot of time in there. That's number 16. I know from yesterday's game, though I can check out. That's Yaya Garcia. 16 is Yaya Garcia. And Yaya, I think she batted once or twice yesterday after she came in. I think she batted a couple of times, and let's see if I can see. Yeah, she did. She struck out yesterday. Yaya Garcia struck out, and then she had to hit an RBI single for Lovington in their win against Silver.
Thank you, sir.
And let's see, Pasha. Sorry about that.
Yaya Garcia.
Number 1 is Pasha Gonzalez. So Pasha Gonzalez is the substitute runner out on first for Bailey Garcia. And Yaya Garcia is batting in place of Daphne Urahara. And that's a call strike. So Garcia did strike out yesterday, but then she had an RBI single when she batted twice. And she makes contact with this one, and it's a line drive shot out into right field. Nicely played by Treviso out there. She came up on it. There was no chance to catch that ball, but she came up on it, made the stop, and a good throw in, and keeps the runners as as Gonzalez, the substitute runner, is out on second, and Yaya Garcia with a single out to right field is on first. And now Yaya Garcia will have a courtesy runner as well, and that's going to be number 23, Johanna Ochoa. So Johanna Ochoa is the courtesy runner. So now runners on first and second for Lovington. We're tied. Every base, I mean, these coaches, are looking at this. Every base, and McCraw is well known for playing small ball. He really tries to move those runners around and try to get them in any way he can.
The catcher, number 2, Anaí Quiroga.
So Lovington trying to get at least one run in and break this tie and go ahead, and more if they can. Hobbs wants to get these outs, get them out, and get back in the dugout. One out so far, runners on first and second. And top of the order, Anaí Quiroga, the catcher, up to the plate. And that is going to come in low for ball number 1. So 1-0 count on Quiroga. One out. Top of the 5th. We're all tied in this one here. It's shaped up to be a very close battle between Hobbs and Lovington. That's going to hit, yeah. That's going to, Quiroga hanging over the plate, crowding the plate, as they say. Turned, thought that was going to be inside, but it hit the inside corner. And a call, strike 1. Good pitch and a whiff on that one as she gives it a cut. Coming right back. Nice pitching by Cheverla. She hit the inside corner, and then she hit the outside corner with a ball. She changed the speed on that just a little bit, and Quiroga was in front of it and hit and swung a little over that as well. So 2-2 the count now. And that comes in. No, that evens up the count at 2-2 now. So it was 1-2, and now it's 2-2. One out, runners on first and second. Lovington trying to break the tie, and Hobbs trying to keep them from it. There's a foul ball. I think it may have bounced up and hit her as well. Yep, it did. Boy, we've seen a lot of that. There's been a lot of balls hitting batters, hitting fielders. It's just been one of those games. Going to be a lot of Ben Gay and ice tonight for all these teams. But, when you're playing, you don't feel it as much. Your adrenaline's, you're just trying to do the best you can. You're trying to win. And if you can shake it off and go on, you don't realize sometimes until later how bad things hurt. A swing and a grounder is going to go foul. Young picks it up, but count stays 2-2. Quiroga doing the best she can. She wants to bring runners around and in. The winner of this game, by the way, will have a break, and they'll play at 4 o'clock against Artesia for the championship of this Black Gold Slugfest. The loser will stay on this field and play the next game. They'll play back-to-back. High fly ball headed out to center field. Coming under it is Chavez. She drifts over, calls it, and then as they turn a double play, as they catch out there, catch the runner off the bag. She didn't wait and tag up, and by the time she got back and tried to tag, Hobbs playing heads up. Nice catch out there, and then a good throw as Quiroga had a fly out to center field for the second out. And then the throw in to second base to catch the courtesy runner off ends it. So 8, again, very unconventional. It was either 8-6 or 8-4 there. I don't remember who was covering second base, but a good throw in for the third out. Unconventional double play, but you'll take it, especially when you keep Lovington to no hits. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. So the score remains 2-2. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning after that double play by Hobbs. That's the 3rd double play that we've seen in this game. Hobbs has turned 2, I believe, and Lovington has turned 1. Is that right? I'll have to go back and look. But I think, or is that just the 2nd? I think they tried to another double. No, 1, 2. Yeah, that's the 3rd double play. Wow, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, I'm looking at my book, and that is the 3rd double play of the game. So well done. And we're just going to keep it right here. As 6, 7, and 8 are due up for Hobbs, although I think they're going to have a substitute batter. We're going to have a pinch hitter, substitute batter coming in. I think, I don't know, designated. We got a Naya Rodriguez, designated player, who is due up. And she had an RBI walk and got stranded her first time up. She reached on a fielder's choice her 2nd time up, but I'm not sure. Coach Anthony Boyle is talking with the ump and one of the assistant coaches as well. Okay, don't know what that's all about. Bottom of the 5th inning, though, and we're tied 2-2. The Hobbs stands have gone pretty quiet. I'm not sure anybody expected this game. With Lovington's a 4A team, and they're early in their season.
Leading off for the Lady Eagles, the designated player, number 20, Anaya Rodriguez.
I'm not sure that anybody expected that Lovington was going to play this game as tough as they have against Hobbs. And that's not a slam or a knock on anybody. Lovington doing a very good job, but Hobbs playing hard as well. And number 20, Anaya Rodriguez, designated player, up for Hobbs. Hobbs is just looking to have a breakout inning. They want to go and get at least 1 run, but as many as they can. And a slugger like Rodriguez is the person they want at the plate to really start things off for them. 1-0 count. First pitch in on the outside. It's outside and low for ball 1. Candy Hardison on deck, and then Aliyah Treviso is in the hole for Hobbs. Ooh, that's going to be called strike on the outside corner. And Udahara kind of floats one across. And Rodriguez flinched on it. And she looked and thought about swinging, didn't. And thought that it was going to be a ball, but the ump called it a strike. So 1-1 to even up the count. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. So 1-2 count now on Rodriguez. Trying to lead things off and get on base for Hobbs. They need to base runners. They need to bring them around. They have left 3, 4, 7. They've left 9 runners on base in this game. That is going to miss outside and even up the count, 2-2. As Lovington, you can hear the Lovington faithful also yelling encouragement to their players. And there is a hit back to the circle. Udahara picks that one up and throws it over. 1-3 in the books for out number 1. That's going to bring up Candy Harrison, shortstop, to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. Hobbs trying to break this tie. That comes in low and inside for ball 1. Harrison walked and got stranded her last time. She grounded out to the pitcher her first time up, so she's 0 for and due. Treviso on deck, Martinez in the hole. There's a hit, a high fly ball that may be out of here. It's out, it's gone, yes. That's a solo homer. A solo homer for Candy Harrison. Breaks the tie and puts Hobbs in the lead 3-2. Beautiful, well-hit ball just kept sailing right out of the field, right over in deep right, true right field, and nicely hit ball. So congrats to Kendi Harrison, and Lovington having to just regroup, and that happens in the circle. As a pitcher, you just kind of try to shake it off and move on. It stays in your mind. You usually come back, kind of makes you aggravated. And it brings up Ilea Treviso, the right fielder, to the plate. As Lovington trying to shake it off, Urahara trying to put it out of her mind. Sometimes you come back and you follow up. It's not uncommon to follow up a home run with a strikeout just because you bear down as a pitcher that much harder. You're just frustrated you gave up the dinger. But this is another capable hitter for Hobbs, and she hits it. First pitch she sees right back to the circle, and Urahara picks it up. And for the second time in this inning, this at bat, 1-3 for the second out.
Alexis Martinez.
But a solo homer by Kendi Harrison has put Hobbs on top, 3-2 in this one. And brings up Alexis Martinez, the catcher, to the plate. Unusual for a catcher to be batting in the ninth slot. A lot of times the catchers are good batters. And that's low for ball one. Catchers often are up like leadoff batter or cleanup or something because they're usually good hitters. They have to watch the ball. You're having to watch the ball. You're trained to watch the ball much more closely as a catcher because that's your job. And so catchers, a lot of times for that reason, watch the ball better at the plate and connect with it. So 2 balls as Martinez gives it a good look. Lovington wanted a strike call on that, but it was a little outside, and Martinez leaned on it but didn't offer. 2-0 the count. 2 outs, nobody on. That's going to miss for ball 3. So 3 straight balls to Alexis Martinez. She grounded out to third base her last time up. She walked and scored a run her first time up. So looking for her first hit in the game here. Take sign is on, and that was a strike with a lot of pop in the glove as Urahara threw the strike when she had to. 3-1 the count now. 2 outs, nobody on. Hobbs looking to get a 2-out rally going here. And that, I thought it was going to be up the middle. Urahara snagged it. And all 3 outs in that at-bat were made by Urahara. The same thing. A hit back to the pitcher, and in the books, 1-3. 4 batters up, 3 down, but one of those batters hit a solo homer. Harrison put Hobbs ahead 3-2 with 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lovington behind 3-2, and we'll have more Slugfest action on HobbsAmerica.com, HobbsSportsYouTube.com, and Lovington Sports YouTube.
Switch to TDS. Pair fast internet with strong Wi-Fi for the ultimate online experience. Choose from speeds starting at 300 meg all the way up to 1 gig. Plus, blanket every corner of your home with TDS Wi-Fi Plus. Trust TDS to provide you with the best services at the best prices. Just ask our customers who are voting us best internet provider in many of the communities we serve. Visit hellotds.com to learn more. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
And welcome back to Black Gold Slugfest action. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Hobbs was able to put 1 run across on 1 hit. That solo homer by Harrison. No errors, nobody left on base. So we go to the top of the 6th inning, 3-2. Hobbs leading, Lovington coming up to the plate, and it's 2, 3, and 4 due up. Morales leading things off for Lovington, and a call, strike 1. Yes, a good pitch. About a medium speed pitch over there on the outside corner. call strike on Morales, 0-1. So Hobbs with a 1-run lead. Lovington looking to try to get that run back and go ahead if they can. That's going to stay high and outside as Chaverla on the mound trying to get Morales to chase on that. And Morales did not. 1-1 count. Lovington looking to get something going. They trail by 1 run. And that is going to be outside as well. So 2-1 the count with Rodriguez on deck and Olguin in the hole for Lovington. And the winner of this game will get a break for a couple of hours and then play for the championship of the tournament against Artesia at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And that kind of gets hung up in her hand as well. 3-1 the count. The loser will turn around and play again right here on this field. There's a swing and a pop out of play off to the right, so that runs the count full. 3-2 on Morales. Morales had a fly out to left field her last time up. She struck out her first time up, so she's 0 for 2 and due, as they say. She would like to change that with this at bat. Hobbs wants to get her out. There's a grounder to Harrison. She's on it right away, makes a good throw, fires over to Garcia. 6-3 for the first out. So 6-3 in the books for the first out.
Now batting the center fielder, number 17, Sabri Rodriguez.
That's going to bring up number 17, Sabri Rodriguez, the center fielder for Lovington. She bats in the 3rd slot in the lineup. But just behind Morales here, second batter up for Lovington, trying to even things up or go ahead of Hobbs in this at bat. First pitch is low. It gets away from Martinez, but no runners on, so no harm. 1-0 count. Now Olguin on deck and Angelina Corral in the hole for Lovington. And second pitch comes in. It's also going to be, he didn't indicate, it's a ball. So 2-0 the count. Let's see, Rodriguez had an infield single and scored her last time up. She had a fly out to center field her first time up, so she's 1 for 2. Chopper over to third base. Young picks that up, makes a good throw over to Garcia, and out number 2, 5-3. Hobbs looking very efficient now in this at bat. They've had a very good day for the most part. Defensively, their game has been solid. They've turned a double play. Yes. And look pretty sharp. Jocelyn Olguin, first baseman, the cleanup hitter, is up, and she hits a shallow ball that's going to drop in left field. Coming on that, Allison Garcia fields that, plays it, and throws it in to second base. Plays that as well as you can and holds the runner on first.
Number 13, Angelina Corral.
But that was a solid hit by Olguin and puts her on first base. So Lovington is trying to launch a 2-out rally here with 2 outs, 1 on. Corral at the plate. She had a 2 RBI single her last time up, and she lined out to the pitcher her first time up. She's 1 for 2. It's her 3rd plate appearance, and the first pitch is in, strike. 0-1 count. 2 outs, 1 on. And that is close, but not a strike. As you could hear Hobbs faithful from their angle. They thought that looked like a good pitch, and there was a lot of pop in the glove on it, and it didn't miss by much. 1-1 count. And fouls that off over toward the Lovington dugout for strike 2. So Hobbs now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. This at bat with Lovington. Corral, if she manages to find a way on, Hernandez is on deck and Sanchez is in the hole. Lovington trails by 1. Here looking to try to catch up in this at bat, but they're going to have to do it with the 2 outs on them. That misses outside, ball 2. 2-2 count. Chaverla has struck out 3 in the circle today. She's only given up 4 hits. Oh, and got her to swing and miss. The ball gets away from Martinez, but she throws down to first. So strikeout, and that's strikeout number 4 for Cheverla. And third out. So Lovington threatens. They put one run on. They put one runner on, no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Hobbs is ahead 3-2, and we'll be back with more Slugfest action on Hobbs Sports YouTube, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner in Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
And welcome back to Black Gold Slugfest. I'm Dawn Workin. And we have a bottom of the 6th.
Number 13, Kaya Boyle.
Leader of the lineup, number 13, Kyla Boyle, the leadoff hitter, as we start this bottom of the 6th in the top of the batting order for Hobbs. And Boyle is due. She grounded out to second base her last time up. She grounded out to third base and struck out. So she's 0 for 3, and Kaya is a very capable hitter, and there's a reason why she's a leadoff batter. So she's chomping at the bit to get a hit, I know. And wow, call strike 2. That was a slow sloper up at the plate from Urahara. So I switch over and get back to the scorebook here. And that's fouled out of play as Boyle having to protect the plate and spoil off anything close. She sends that out of play off to the left. Count remains 0-2 on Kaya. Hobbs with a 3-2 lead. And of course, it's good to be ahead, but they're feeling like that's not enough maybe. They'd like to add some insurance runs to that. And now she fouls that one off to the right. Count remains 0-2. She's hanging tough at the plate as she's capable of working a walk, of she can park one too. But she's normally she's got a good eye, and she's just a tough batter. She's usually really tough out. So she's looking for that. And now a ground ball heading over to short. Hernandez scoops it up, fires it to Olguin, and Boyle out.
Number 8, Marissa.
Bottom of the 6th, Hobbs leading 3-2, looking to put on to pad that lead, put on some insurance runs. Young to the plate, left-handed batter. First pitch is in outside and low for ball 1. It's a Young hit a single and got stranded her last time up. She had an RBI single, got stranded her second time up. She hit a single and crossed the plate her first time. She is 3 for 3, having a good game and seeing some good action over there at third base as well in this game. And that is going to miss outside, just missed the outside corner. Ball 2. So 2-0 now. As Young showing a selective eye, looking to get on. That's going to miss outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count. I think probably, I don't know for sure, but I think just based on this game that some of the Hobbs hitters have the take sign on, and he may change this. Coach Boyle's down there in the third base box. Sometimes the take sign is on at 3-0, and sometimes it's not. That is going to be a call strike on the outside corner as some some disagreement on whether that was a strike or not. But the ump said it was, and that's the person who counts. And that, and that's going to hit the outside corner for strike number 2. Young decided on her own that that was going to be a ball and took off for first base. And that's always dangerous because if it's close enough to be called a strike, and umpires don't like that. They like to tell you if it's a ball or a strike. And sometimes if it's close enough, you'll find that. If they haven't made the call yet, that'll become a strike. And now that's baseball karma. Now she takes the walk with one that was clearly outside.
Edith Chavez.
So Young works the walk, ends up on first. 1 out, 1 on. Chavez to the plate. And watches that one is going to be low and outside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count. A 1-run lead by Hobbs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They'd like to add to that. They've got Young on first, Chavez at the plate, Garcia on deck, and Garcia in the hole. That's going to be wide outside. Miss for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Chavez. Chavez grounded out to the second baseman, grounded out to the third baseman, and hit a single and got stranded. So she's 1 for 3. It's her 4th plate appearance. 2-0 count on her. That is a changeup and going to miss high, just high, over the plate as Udahara took some speed off of that one, but hangs it up a little high. So 3-0 the count. And that's going to hit the outside corner for strike 1. So Udahara throwing the strike when she had to. 3-1 the count. 1 out, 1 runner on. We're here. Hobbs is batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. Winner gets a break and then plays for the championship. And that's fouled off high, out of play, off to the right for strike 2. Runs the count full. The loser will get about a 20 minute or so break, 20 to 30 minute break, and stay on this field and play Piedra Vista. Man, they made a big trip down from Farmington to play in this. Oh, a high fly ball headed out to deep center. Is it over? It's over. It's over. It's gone. So Edith Chavez with a 2-run home run. Wow, Chavez. That's a 2 RBI home run. As she brings Young around and in, touches the home plate herself, and puts Hobbs up by 2, or 3 runs now. They were up by 1, they've added 2. It's 5-2, your score right now here at bottom of the 6th inning. So Hobbs looking more like they are going to be the ones to move into that championship game, but we have more softball to play here. Lovington is down by 3. Lovington was down by more than that against Silver yesterday. They were down 9-4, and they got a 4-run home run to make it 9-8. And then they ended up winning that game 11-10 against Silver. So Lovington knows what it's like to play from behind and come back and win down by more than 3 runs, the 3 runs that they're down here. Having said that, Hobbs has a lot of confidence now here in the bottom of the 6th, knowing that Lovington has one more shot at being able to tie it up and go ahead when they come up to the bat in the top of the 7th inning. And Hobbs may not be done scoring runs in this one yet because there's only 1 out. They may have a breakout inning where they just keep sending runners on and around. They'd like that. So just the 1 out. Nobody on, of course. It's young Chavez cleaned off the bases. Carissa Garcia, one of Hobbs' sluggers, the cleanup batter and first baseman at the plate. And first pitch is in, and it's a ball. Garcia. And that is going to miss the outside corner this time. 2-0 your count now. Garcia at the bat and Allison Garcia on deck, and then Rodriguez in the hole for Hobbs, as they would like to keep the line moving here. Oh, and that's going to hit the inside corner for strike one. So, and you know, Urahara, when she throws that pitch and hits that corner, it's a good pitch, because it's very difficult to hit that pitch and to hit it well. Because when it's that low and inside, especially if you're a batter that stands either in the center or forward in the box, trying to pull your elbows back and your arms in and try to get a good hit off a pitch like that, it's nearly impossible. So it's a good pitch to pitch, and if you can throw that consistently when you need to, it's a good one to have. Whoa, it's out of the park. It's gone. It's gone. You could just see it off the end of that bat. Yes, sir. And yes, ma'am. And a homer, a solo homer for Carissa Garcia. Puts Hobbs up 6-2. And Hobbs has found their offensive rhythm here in the top of the sixth. And they've scored four batters up, 3 runs across for Hobbs. They've broken it out in this bottom of the sixth inning. And now Lovington struggling as there's only one out. And now they've got to try to put this out of their head and try to move forward. Now, I think we're going to see a pitching change. Yes, we are. So we're going to see a pitching change for Lovington. So we'll take a break and be back. And in about a minute with more Slugfest action, as Hobbs now leading this one 6-2 in the bottom of the sixth inning. We'll be back with more Slugfest action here on Hobbs Sports YouTube, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Black Gold Slugfest with a pitching change. That's going to be Sabri Sanchez, who comes in to pitch for Daphne Urahara. And I think Urahara. That's Sabri Sanchez. And 11 is going to move to second base. Is that right? Okay. And that pitch comes in. It's going to just miss the inside corner for ball 1. So Sanchez comes in relief of Urahara in the circle. Urahara stays in the game, though. She moves over to second and takes the place of Honey Morales, and that means Urahara will stay in the batting lineup in the same place that she is, and that's in the batting ninth. So I'm making changes to my book here. And the second pitch in for ball 2, 2-0. Sabri Sanchez also came in relief of Urahara in the game they played yesterday afternoon against Silver. There's a grounder that Hernandez knocks down, but then does not have a chance to make the throw on. And I think that's a hit, not an error. So Allison Garcia with a single is on first, as that's an infield hit. Hernandez had barely time to get there, did a good job of getting there just to knock it down, and then had no time for the throw. And that's going to bring up another slugger for Hobbs, number 20, Anaya Rodriguez, designated player. She grounded out to the pitcher her last time up. She reached and got stranded, reached on a fielder's choice, got stranded, and then she had an RBI walk her first time at bat. So she's over and due And let's see, a courtesy runner in for, it's going to be number 4, Abby Zambrano, who is going to be a courtesy runner for Garcia at first. So Rodriguez at the plate, 1 out and 1 on, and the pitch is a ball. So 1-0. Sabri Sanchez finished up that game and got the win, or the save rather. Urahara got the win, and Sabri got the save. And that's high for ball number 2. When Lovington beat Silver by 1 run yesterday and come from behind thriller, that was a good game as well. It was a back and forth game, 11-10, and I may have had that wrong with the whole win and save. But they both pitched, and Lovington won the game. And that's going to miss outside for ball 3. Three 3-0 the count. 1 runner on, 1 out. And that's going to run high and inside for ball number 4. Rodriguez works the walk.
Number 10, Candy Harrison.
And Candy Harrison to the plate now. Candy hit a solo homer her last time up, the one that put Hobbs up by 1 run. And now Hobbs has put 3 more across in this at bat. So Harrison up to the plate and swings at the first one. It's a high fly ball headed over in almost foul. Well, yeah, just right in foul territory. And Hernandez from shortstop comes over to get it, as she called Corral off. So Harrison pops out to position 6 for the second out. Number 6, Ilea Treviso, the right fielder, up to the plate now. 2 outs. 2 outs and runners on first and second for Hobbs. They've put 3 across. They'd like to just keep it going. Swing and a miss for Treviso. So 0-1 the count. Treviso grounded out to the pitcher, struck out, and reached on an error and got stranded her first time up. So she's 0 for as well. That pitch is going to be in and is a ball. Evens up the count 1-1. So high and outside for 1-1. Now Martinez on deck, and then back to the top of the order for Hobbs if they keep it going that long. There's a foul off out of play to the right. Just off the end of the bat. Swung just a little late on that. 1-2 the count. Hobbs now with 2 outs, 2 on, runners on first and second. They put 3 runs across in this at bat. They're up 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They'd like to put this game away, have a break, and then come back and play against Artesia for the championship of this tournament. That's going to be low for ball 2. So 2-2 is the count now. After 2-2 the count. 2 outs, 2 on. Runners on first and second. And that is going to miss for ball 3. So 3-2 the count. Runs it full. Beautiful day. Still not any wind, just an occasional breeze. And there's a hit, a well-hit ball out to right field, but Braylon Hernandez cups under it and catches that, hangs on to it for the 3rd out. So Treviso gives it a ride, but a fly out to position 9 ends the at-bat for Hobbs. Not before they put 3 runs across, though. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. So we will go to the top of the 7th inning, and it's do or die time for Lovington. They trail 6-2, and we'll be back with more Slugfest action on Hobbs Sports YouTube, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
And welcome back to Black Gold Slugfest here. As in the bottom of the 6th inning, Hobbs put 3 runs across on 3 hits. There were no errors, 2 left on base. And we go to the top of the 7th inning. This is do or die time. Lovington has to come up with 4 runs to tie it or 5 to go ahead. Otherwise, Hobbs will have a break and then play for the championship against Artesia at 4 o'clock this afternoon on this field. And up, it's the heart of the order, 6, 7, 8. Hernandez up for Lovington, and she hits a grounder over to third. Young picks it up, fires over to Garcia for the out. 5-3 on the first pitch that Hernandez saw. So 5-3 is 1 out. Now Hobbs is 2 outs away from winning this one. Lovington is 2 outs away from turning around and playing, I believe, for 3rd place in the tournament. So it brings up number 15, Sabri Sanchez, who went in the relief pitcher for Udohara. And she watches the first one. It's a ball, 1-0 the count. And that one's a low and outside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count with 1 out. 2-0 the count, 1 out, nobody on. And there's a foul ball out of play off to the right for strike 1 against Sabri Sanchez. Bailey Garcia is on deck, and Daphne Udahara is in the hole if they get that far. Lovington wants to get that far. Hobbs wants to get him 1-2-3. That's low in the dirt for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Sanchez got on with a single and then got thrown out at second she also reached on an error and got stranded. She works the walk on this one and ends up on first base. So working the walk. Just looking at my scorebook here. 1 out, 1 on. And that pitch is going to hit the outside corner right at the knees for strike 1. Chaverla on the mound has pitched the whole game for Hobbs. And that is just going to miss the outside corner for ball 1. So 1-1 count. Udahara on deck, and then the top of the order, Quiroga in the hole. There's a hit, but it's down the third base line, goes foul for strike 2. 0-2 count, or 1-2 count rather now. And Lovington got to come up with 4 runs to tie it here in this at bat. In this game, they've only scored in the top of the 4th inning. They scored their 2 runs at the top of the 4th. There's a high fly ball. Is it going to be fair? It's going to hit just fair. It's going to hit the fence and just hit fair. And it's going to be a stand-up double for Bailey Garcia, and it's going to move Sabri Sanchez over to third. Sanchez kind of had to wait. She's speedy. She kind of had to wait to see if that was a catchable ball, and it was just fair. And it just inside the line, right at the base of the fence out there in left field. So Garcia with a double in scoring position on second. And let's see, Yaya Garcia, I think, is going to bat again for Daphne Urahara. So, yeah, Yaya, she batted last time and had a single but got stranded. So still 1 out. And a little bit of time. I think Coach Garcia, I don't know what he's talking about, but he's out there. Coach Garcia, Coach Boyle is out there. Don't tell him I said that. Coach Anthony Boyle, head coach, is out talking to the ump. Don't know what that conversation is about, but he is out there. So play is temporarily suspended here as we look at that. And we're looking back, 1 out. So that was Hernandez who grounded out. And then Sanchez walked and moved around on that double by Garcia. And Yaya Garcia at the plate now. And then it's top of the order for Quiroga. If Lovington were able to get something going here and score 4 runs, they could tie it up. 5 would go ahead, and then Hobbs would still have an at-bat. But Hobbs is going to just try to get 3 outs and end this one so they can get ready. The conversation is about. Really don't know. The umps now have their heads together. And we actually have a home plate ump and 2 field umps in this game. And sometimes, you know, you can just roll with 2 umps for baseball and softball, and a lot of times you have to, depending on the availability. But there are 2 umpires out in the field, and the home plate ump in this one, and they got their heads together. So I have no clue what that was all about. The guys up here may, I don't know. I don't know what they were talking about. So. And that's going to be in the dirt for ball 1 on Yaya Garcia. Good Martinez blocking that out, keeping that from getting past her, keeping a runner from trying for home on that. Good job. 1-0 the count. Runners on second and third. 1 out, and that's also going to miss low and inside. So 2-0 the count. That is going to hit the outside corner, yes, for strike 1. Yaya lets that one go, watches that one. That was a very hittable ball. But as the Lovington faithful say, now you're ready. Hobbs is saying, hey, strike her out. She hits that, a little ground over to Young. Young looks the runner back, then fires over to first. And second out, nice play as Young did her job. Fielded that cleanly. Took a look back to look the runner back to third, fired over to first, a good throw, a good catch. Garcia also coming up ready to throw to home if she needed to, or even throw to third. So second out, 5-3 in the books for out number 2. And now top of the order for Lovington, it's a Nahi Quiroga. And Lovington down to their final out, and it's a call strike. Quiroga won't see a better one to hit than that, as that was right over the plate, a medium speed pitch by Cheverla. So 2 outs, runners at second and third. Lovington needing to get 4 runs across to tie it and keep this game going. And that misses. So 1-1 the count now, even on Quiroga. Lovington down to their final out to try to get this running. Oh, and that's a hit between second and third, or actually between short and third, rather. A hit out to left field, and Allison Garcia plays that as well as it could be. Makes a stop and the throw in, but not before Lovington gets 1 run across as Sanchez scores on the RBI single for Quiroga. So RBI single puts Quiroga on first. Now runners at the corners for Lovington as that moved Bailey Garcia over to third. So runners at first and third now, 2 outs. And 6-3 is your score. And the first pitch into number 4 is a strike. So 0-1, 2 outs, runners at the corners for Lovington. And Honey Morales to the plate, high and outside for ball 1. So Morales. The second baseman actually got pulled when Udahara left the circle and went to second, and a swing and a tip for strike 2. Now Lovington down to their final strike, and Hobbs is 1 strike away from playing for the tournament championship against Artesia at 4 o'clock. 6-3 your score, 2 outs, runners at the corners for Lovington, and a 1-2 count on the batter, Honey Morales. And it's called strike 3. Oh, yes. As Morales goes down looking, and Hobbs has won this one. Final score 6-3 over Lovington. And they will play for the Black Gold Tournament Championship against Artesia at 4 o'clock right here on this field. Lovington will stay on this field. They will play Piedra Vista, and I believe that's for 3rd place. That would be for 3rd place, I think, in the winner's bracket. Yeah, Lovington would play for 3rd place against Piedra Vista. Okay, so yeah, thanks to Coach Mack for confirming that for me. So 6-3, your final score here as Hobbs is able. But Lovington played a very good game against Hobbs here, and Hobbs had to work for this one and move on now, and they're going to have their work cut out for them. Artesia always solid. They always have a good team, well-coached team, and Hobbs is going to have a break to get ready for them. They're right here on this field. Lovington will have a turnaround here within about 20 minutes or so. We'll start that game. In fact, let me look. That is a scheduled 2 o'clock game. It's already after 2, so they'll probably only have about 20 minutes or so, and we'll have the next game right here, and we'll have that for you right here. We'll continue. I'm here, and so I'll do the Lovington game, and then after that game will be the championship game right here, and Hobbs will be in that, so we'll have that for you right here as well. So we'll continue with Lovington coming up. We'll take a break and back with Lovington Lady Cat Softball from the Black Gold Slugfest right here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And then the Hobbs game at 4 will be on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com, because we will vacate Lovington Sports YouTube will be where the Lovington boys will play against Portales in the first round of the state tournament playoffs in Lovington, and that game will be on Lovington Sports YouTube. So all of that, you got that straight? I'm hoping I do, and we'll be back. I'll wrap this one up here in just a couple of minutes, and they can get ready for the next one here. Black Gold Slugfest action. We'll be back with more coming up right here.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Switch to TDS. Pair fast internet with strong Wi-Fi for the ultimate online experience. Choose from speeds starting at 300 meg all the way up to 1 gig. Plus, blanket every corner of your home with TDS Wi-Fi Plus. Trust TDS to provide you with the best services at the best prices. Just ask our customers, who are voting us best internet provider in many of the communities we serve. Visit hellotds.com to learn more. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Forest Tire cares about your time. You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to Black Gold Slugfest. In the top of the seventh inning, Lovington scored 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base, and they end up losing this one 6-3 to Hobbs. Lovington scored 3 runs on 7 hits. They left 5 on base. They committed 1 error, and Hobbs had 6 runs on 10 hits, 11 left on base, 2 errors, and they come out with a 6-3 win, and they are going to move forward to play Artesia. Artesia beat Piedra Vista to get into the championship game of this one, and I'm not sure, looking back, I don't know what the score was yesterday. Obviously, Artesia won their game yesterday to get in the winner's bracket, and let's see, it was against Volcano Vista. Yeah, it was against Volcano Vista. Coach Mack, do you know the 12-1? Okay, it was a big win for Artesia. So, Artesia, always tough, always solid. They usually have good pitching. Although they lost to one of their big pitchers, where was it, last year or the year before, who was a real standout. But they will be in that one. So we will keep this going. I'll take a break and come back. Your winning pitcher was Chaverla on the mound. She did a nice job in the circle. And let's see, I need to finish writing strikeouts for her. Let's see, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 strikeouts. And she issued not many walks, maybe just the 1. Yeah, she only walked 1 batter, I think. 1, that's what I see. No, Chaverla. Yeah, one walk, that's it. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. So a nice job in the circle. Don't know if she'll pitch that game against Artesia or start against her or not, but it was a nice job, as Hobbs doing a good job. The one thing that Hobbs really, that I see, they left a lot of runners on base. They left 11 runners on base. They got 10 hits. They were doing a good job offensively, just not getting timely hitting and getting all those runs in when they could. But still, you can't. They ended up winning 6-3, so that's a little nitpicky to look. But if you're a coach, you're looking at ways to improve the performance of your team, and that's one thing that pops out, is that they only committed the 2 errors as well. So they have a really nice game out in the field, turned a double play, and just a really good game. Lovington also playing tough and tight as well, and that'll be an interesting game coming up with them against Piedra Vista. So we'll have that for you coming up. We'll take a break as well and be back with more Slugfest action from Hobbs, the varsity field right here. And I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you very much to Evie Stuber for monitoring at the station, monitoring audio and video and giving feedback. And so we're going to be proud to move forward and play another game and cover another 2 games right here this afternoon on Lovington Sports YouTube, Hobbs Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Back in a while.